So right now we're gonna got the excavator unloaded here, and we're gonna be taking the John Deere 4030 home. We're gonna give it a little bit of a makeover, service it a little bit, some tires, and just kind of go through it, clean it up, because we're probably gonna be using it this winter on the towel crew. Right now I actually have the 2020 charging the 4030 because the battery's dead on the 4030. The battery won't hold a charge, so we have to jump it every time. So it's gonna need a new battery. Gonna get this thing unloaded up. So the 4030s were produced from 73 to 77, I believe. They're about 80 horsepower PTO, about 60 something drawbar. It has the 5.4 John Deere 6-cylinder diesel in it, naturally aspirated, no turbo. They did make a gas engine for this, but only the first year, 73 model, you could get a gasoline engine in this. It was a 6-cylinder gas. I don't know how many they made for those, but I did read they did have a gasoline engine for these, but only the first years. So obviously I personally think the diesels are better than the tractors, so I'm happy it has that. What's interesting about this 4030 is this cab here. It's an aftermarket cab, Henniker cab. These tractors did come from the manufacturer with a cab, and they were a lot more round looking and not yellow or anything like that. They're all green, a lot more round looking. It was a sound guard cab. So they made an open station, and then the ones with the cabs, this was an open station, and then they decided to put an aftermarket cab on it, and it does have a heater. So that's one of the main reasons why we're giving this kind of a makeover. So we want to use this on the towel crew, and yeah, so the guy in the stringer cart will have some heat and kind of warm up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how, if we can get the heater working. I know the fan motor and stuff works in there. I've never actually had the heat working that. I want to clean it all out, make sure there's no mice or anything, and vent or anything like that, no poop or anything, because it's pretty nasty in the cab right now. So I'm gonna get it unloaded here. Gonna have to jump start the tractor again because I don't think it'll start. So I'll get some jumper cables and get it started, unloaded. Be nice to get the cab cleaned out, give it a good bath, and then we're getting tires for it. Get rid of the tires. The tires are very dry. This one's not as bad, and actually, as you can see, the tire actually looks new, like it was barely used, but just from sitting, it got pretty dry. And then you look at the other one, that's even worse. That one's terrible. So gonna get some tires for it. I personally actually don't mind the Henniker cabs. I always thought they look kind of cool. It does look kind of odd with it being on a newer tractor. You'd see these a lot on like the 20 series and the 10 series. John Deere made a cab that looks a lot like this with the yellow roof and everything. So it does look a little bit odd being on a 30 series John Deere, but I kind of like it, so it's cool. Obviously, if it had the sound guard on it, it probably would have had some nicer features, and probably a lot more insulated, and well, hence the name sound guard. It probably was quieter, but we'll see if we can clean this up and make it nice. See inside the cab here, it's pretty nasty. We do, I believe, have a seat for this in our shipping container and our part storage. So I don't think we have to buy a new seat. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'll have to check that out. There's mouse poop everywhere, but the mice ate it. Here you can see the vents and stuff for the heater. I remember last winter I turned the blower motor on real quick and it did blow air, but I didn't feel any heat coming out of it. As you can see, you could get cab kits for these. They do make replacements. So like you have this foam here, kind of like this insulation, and I go along this edge here, and as you can see, there's that piece is still good. And help insulate it a little bit, make it a little bit quieter. I don't know if we're gonna go that deep into it. I don't know how much more money we're gonna want to spend on this, but yeah, that's probably gonna get ripped out. Definitely gonna rip this out. We keep that piece in for now. The headliner is still good for the most part. There's a couple of spots. One of the first things I want to do is pull this up by the shop, open all the windows, and put a mask on and blow this thing out. I'm tired of jumping in here and sitting in poop. Yeah, there's hinges here you can pop open, and
you take the screen, the filter off the outside.
it looks like it opens up all the way back here. All right, so it's the next day here. Dad did end up finding the extra seat we had laying around that will match the 4030. So that'd be nice. It's a lot better. You know, it's not perfect. This head piece is the worst. It's kind of rotten. It feels crunchy in the back, like some of it's coming apart. But other than that, you got some wear here, but still way better than what's in there. It's not all chewed up. And as I mentioned before, this isn't like a big restoration or anything like that. We just want to get this thing functional and working properly and some of the bugs worked out of it. So yeah, we'll get the seat fixed. We want to get the heater fixed, new tires, and we're going to be getting a couple of air filters for it. But we're gonna hold off on the oil change. The oil looks really good, so we're gonna hold off and maybe like run it through the winter and then change it next spring. But as of right now, we're gonna hold off on that. Another thing we want to do is get the door hinges fixed. Can't really tell, the camera doesn't give it justice, but after power washing it the next morning, it does look a bit better. But you know, the hood is pretty rusty from sitting, and I think I don't know, I might try to put some wax on it and see if I can get some of it to come clean. Other than that, we have no desire or plans on repainting this anytime soon, but maybe put some wax on it and see if I can get the hood to shine up just a little bit better, and some of those little rust spots to come out before they get worse. Rubber around the doors are getting dry, but not too bad. They're all still here. I don't know if we're gonna replace those this year or not. Probably not. We'll see how it works out this winter and see if we want to make any more changes or adjustments. I don't know if we really end up liking this. We'll probably end up actually doing a cab kit and making it nicer. But for right now, it's gonna do the kind of the bare minimum, get everything functional, and see how we like it. Or it's gonna be really Phil's tractor. Whoever's running the stringing cart. It's not too often I'm gonna be actually getting to run this. Another thing that would be really nice on if we get a big snow or something, the driveway is full of snow, we can use this, and it's got the heater. We can use this to scrape snow now instead of, I used to just use the 4010 behind me here, so that'll be nicer. Pull the air cleaner out, and right here it's full of mice garbage, so you got to get that all cleaned out. It's nasty. A nice spot for a house. Pepper can smell them. She's going crazy. So that was probably restricting some airflow. These aftermarket cabs and the seals not being very good. You know, after I blew the cab out and washed it, there was some garbage on this end, and water gets up on the inside of the cab and gets all over the windows. And so I'm gonna clean this out, and even like the floorboard and stuff here, it's not the best, and it doesn't seal up good. Oh, I don't know. And maybe sometime later down the road, I will want to try to seal this out better to help keep mice and rodents out of it. Help keep it clean. I hate when mice get in machines and then it's just nasty. Then you gotta do kind of a deep clean, and so you're not breathing any of that stuff in. So it is an aftermarket cab, so it is really hard to get fully sealed up. You know, there's lots of cracks and crevices that an animal can sneak through, and that's why the manufacturer, the original cab, would have been a little bit nicer, the sound guard, because those are sealed up a lot better. But these do look cooler. So I don't know if I mentioned in this video or not, this tractor's been sitting a long time. It's been sitting for 10 plus years. I already kind of did a video on this tractor, will it start video. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link at the end of this video. If you want to kind of get a better story of this tractor and how we kind of acquired it. But yeah, it's been sitting a long time, and it's a pretty decent tractor, so that's kind of why we're getting it running again. Put the strap here to hold the battery in last video with this tractor. We're gonna be taking this battery out, so I'm gonna remove the strap, and then there is, I believe, a holder for the battery right there on the floorboard I found. We might rig something else up though, make a nicer box than just that strap. So we'll see. Did take the little toolbox off. We don't really have a use for it. There's already a toolbox on the stringer cart. So yeah, we're just gonna pull that off and clear up the frame space. Gonna give the windows a quick scrub. Wow, looks a lot better just cleaning the windows. I cleaned the inside and out. Looks way better. Kind of sucks though. I know as soon as we go back and power wash this again, water's gonna spray up inside of there, get everywhere, get all over the window, get water spots and stuff on the inside of the cab. But whatever. I definitely wanted to clean the windows and look so much better. So I got the filter out. It was really easy to get to. Just a couple screws in the ceiling here. I thought I had to go through the front, but I didn't. So we're gonna replace this. And then I believe we're gonna be replacing the engine filter as well. Hey guys, so I got that seat I found, or Dad found in storage that we saved. I got that installed. It looks way better. I did have to keep the top piece from the old one, because the back side of the other one that was with this was all rotten and the threads were gone. So even though this is in worse shape, I couldn't use the other one, so had to keep that on. But other than that, it looks way better. I got a new filter for the cab. I'm gonna install this, and also I installed the new battery and put the battery strap on, so it's nice and secure. We are gonna probably put like a plate or something, or try to find the original box that goes around the battery, keep mud and stuff off of it, because it's right by the tire here. So I got the battery hooked up, I got the windows all cleaned. I did vacuum out the cab too. It's kind of hard to show you unless I get a flashlight. We just lost power, so that's interesting and concerning. But yeah, got the key on, and I could have swore last spring, winter time, I heard the blower motor running, and now it doesn't want to kick on, so I gotta check that out. But I did check out the lights, and these two work, and then these two I believe are somebody just put on. I know that one's all unhooked, and I got to figure out where this goes and see if we can get those to light up. And there's a couple lights in the back too, we'll check out. But yeah, these are the only two lights that are working right now. So that's nice. And another thing is the windshield wiper still works, so that's cool. There's only a wiper on the front window, not the back, but I really don't see us, we never really work too much in the rain anyways, so. But unless it's like snowy or something weird out, it's cool to have. And the rubber's still good, so don't have to replace that. But no, it's looking a lot better. Got it all vacuumed out. So another good positive thing I did is I folded the dash here open. So here's your blower motors, and you got a couple fuses here, and then here, this is kind of like how you turn your heater on and off. There's a pull switch here that runs a cable, and then this opens and closes the valve here to let hot water go through your heater core. This is your heater core up here. So you have your hot air, and then you have your fans. So I'm thinking, when I tried to run this last winter, early spring, when I pulled this lever on the other side of the dash to turn the heat on, it's not opening and closing the valve. So this cable is very stiff. According to the previous owner of the tractor, they never really used the heater. But if this is all it needs is just to get this cable working properly, that'll be awesome. And then the heat should come on pretty quick, as long as the heater core doesn't leak or anything, and it shouldn't. Another positive note is under this dash, I was really concerned when I was opening this up. I was worried there's gonna be mice poop and mice nest in here. It was clean. The only thing that was super dusty, I tried to vacuum it up a little bit, but other than that, I couldn't be happier. So no, it's cool. It should be a lot easier. Still curious to why the fans won't turn on, the blowers. The fuses look okay, but we'll dig into it. All right, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just waxed the left side of the tractor here, and then the right side is not waxed. It's quite a bit difference. I normally don't use turtle wax, but this is all we had. I usually use the McGuire's cleaner wax, and I like that a lot better than this. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get this faded look away, and
Let's make it just a little bit better. The emblem shined up really nice. This looks almost new. So that's cool.
All right, so I kind of got the cab all cleaned out now, and I got the hood all not really shined up, but it's more green. And I'm gonna kind of call it quits for today and go home because we're out of power right now. But before I leave, I think I'm kind of gonna pull it out, take it for a little test drive. I've never tried running this in road gear, so just pull it out in the driveway, just drive around real quick, take it for a little quick drive.
Obviously, there's a lot more I want to do to this, or me and Dad want to do to it. We do have some wheel weights we're talking about putting on, so maybe once we get the new tires on, put wheel weights on it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the cable for the fuel shutoff isn't working, so I ordered a replacement for that. The lights need to be figured out yet, so electrical need to do that yet. Considering pulling the muffler off and painting that, at least painting it black. It's getting kind of rusty and it's starting to get pitted, but I could sand this and save it yet. I think it'll be okay. So I might pull that off and paint it yet. So I'm definitely gonna have to probably make like a part 2 to the 4030 makeover video. But let's pull it out and take it for a test drive. It's way nicer in here since I got it somewhat cleaned out. Window wants to keep falling out when I was driving down the road. I like it. Stay tuned to the channel. Obviously there's gonna be probably another video on this, and then I got some other stuff coming out, and then pretty soon it'll be harvest time, and probably gonna have a few videos on that. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.